Like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
Eileen Gu, Chinese state media begin to downplay skiing star after complaints over her privileged upbringing. Beijing. When Eileen Gu won her first medal of the Beijing Winter Olympic Games, it was a national event. It was a dramatic one too. Gu needed to produce her best on the final jump of the Big Air, a remarkably built venue in the middle of an old steel mill, and she did, much to the delight of the swarms of Chinese media present. The authorities even took the opportunity to parade tennis player Peng Shuai on an occasion they knew would draw plenty of eyes. The state broadcaster CCTV, whose 19 channels are dominated by Winter Olympics action, made a great song and dance about the success, as any home broadcaster would, in fairness. There was similar celebration when she took silver in the slopestyle, although some of the appetite waned, and that trend appeared to continue. Ahead of her third competition, parts of the Chinese press seemed content to give greater prominence to the ice hockey between Canada and USA. China Daily, the English-language paper which has been circulated to Olympic press every day, featured no more than a few paragraphs about Gu, with both mentions buried in the bottom of other stories. After she won the medal, there was more to see, but not the kind of celebration of a triple home medalist that you would expect from a fiercely nationalistic regime with a number of state-controlled outlets at its fingertips. CCTV5 with noticeably different coverage here, observed Mark Dreyer, author of Sporting Superpower, an insider's view on China's quest to be the best. No giddy commentary, no endless repeats, not even an interview. Very different treatment to the other medal winners. All bland studio chit-chat and already talking about Li and Zhang's performances. Li Fengyi and Zhang Kexin finished 5th and 7th respectively. Eventually, CCTV5 did show the full run and interviewed Gu herself, but their reticence to do so initially is indicative of a growing uneasiness among the powers that be about her narrative. There has always been some controversy over Gu's switch to represent China. When she won her first gold, the word traitor trended on Twitter in the USA. The Chinese Communist Party, CCP, though, were happy to court it. After all, they had won, because she had chosen China. Gu herself has preferred to straddle the two nations, stating she is American when she is in the US and Chinese when she is in China, even though dual citizenship is not legal in the latter country. She grew up in the US but was raised by her Chinese mother and grandmother. However, the Wall Street Journal reported that an article published on WeChat this week entitled, "What Does Eileen Gu's Success Have to Do with Ordinary People?" was heavily censored. It was reportedly republished multiple times but did not last long before the Chinese censors were able to remove it. The point it was making was that Gu has had a comparatively privileged upbringing in America and remains overwhelmingly American, despite the Chinese flag next to her name and her apparent love of Chinese snacks. Her struggles to translate the names of her favorites are regarded appropriate topics of conversation. But whether she, daughter of a US-educated trader and due to study at Stanford, completely espouses the ideals the CCP would wish to celebrate is a tricky issue. The censorship of the coverage and the nervousness of some outlets is testament to that. Online, Gu is tremendously popular. She trended all day on Weibo, the most popular Chinese social media website, has amassed millions of views on TikTok and has over 1 million fans on Instagram. But that popularity and her continued dual status is creating conversations online about her suitability as a role model and the tension surrounding her Chinese citizenship that censors, and by extension the CCP, find difficult to stomach. They know they have found something special in Gu, evidenced by the fact that she is free to discuss her status. Other North American-born Chinese athletes have been told to refrain from answering such questions, but her efforts to remain both Chinese and American will be tough to maintain long-term.